I've started working on a new book. It's going to be, I guess I'm thinking, how can I market this as best as possible? Because I suppose the people I look up to today doing indie books are probably the YouTube creators, and a big part of it is they do a lot of streaming, a lot of videos. That's why I'm doing this myself. I'm trying to get good at it. Um, but time is limited, family life, work, and then drawing and writing and coloring and inking comics. So it's trying to find a bit of time as well to market, and I do think it's as important as everything else. So I was trying to think of the best way to get the word out about this book while I make it, because everybody's situation is different, I think, in indie comics, and whatever suits you best, I guess, try and work around it. Like, so for me, this is kind of my plan for this next book. So the last three books I done were with an Irish publisher called Atomic Diner Press, and I always felt like when I start a new book, I'd go off and disappear kind of, and never really get a chance to share any of my art until the book comes out. And like there can be years between each book, and you feel like any kind of momentum that you might have built from the first one, it's just completely gone when the second one comes around. And I think that's why a lot of indie creators are doing well on YouTube, because they can kind of keep the updates there. They can keep people kind of engaged, and build a bit of excitement for when their book actually comes out. So what I was thinking for this was, I'm going to literally, as I create this book, I'm doing everything. I'm writing it, I'm penciling, inking, and coloring it, and lettering it, because it's just too hard to get other people to help out, and like I don't really have much of a budget. Like, so I will be doing everything. There's kind of, it's interesting to do, because I've this was my initial concept for the cover of the book when it eventually comes out, because this book will go crowdfunded. That's the plan. The whole plan is to have it crowdfunded. But what I want to do is I've kind of changed my website so that as I do each scene of the book, I'm going to put it up there for people to read and hopefully enjoy my art, enjoy the story, get invested in it. I'm not going to put everything up there. What I might do is when I get to about 75% complete, then I will start a crowdfunded campaign. And hopefully at that stage, because it's going to take me a while to get there. Like, this is a pretty epic tale that I've started out on, or I've embarked on. And what I'd like to do is try and get as many people as possible involved in regards to, subscribing to this and following it. I've actually been figuring out a lot of stuff. Like, there's like this pop up. This is my first saying. So you'll see this pop up for people to join the mailing list, and it's kind of annoying. It would annoy me, like, because every page you click on it, it pops up. Like, and even if I close it there and go back to the cover, it pops up again. Like, but I guess the key is to try and give email addresses as many as possible, because when the time comes to do the crowdfunding, you want to kind of let people know that it's live and try and get them involved, because I'm not going to be putting new scenes up every few weeks. Like, there could be months between a new scene. Like, but it's the only way I can kind of go with this and go with the flow. So that's, yeah, I guess I'm trying to structure these videos a bit better. That's my thought process. Literally on the website, as each scene is done, put stuff up there. I may actually put pencils or inks up of each scene as I go, just to try and keep that a bit more regular as far as updates. Yeah, look, that's the plan. Anyway, we're gonna see how it goes, and just have fun with it. Like, so the actual story itself, like, I'm gonna kind of go through the first scene and the cover, and just kind of have a little pitch, a pitch of the idea. It's essentially a post-apocalyptic Christmas tale. And originally, I thought of the name "The Son of Santa." So, like, this is the son of Santa, and it's it's gonna be like action, and I guess there's gonna be some kind of cool world building and kind of cool messages and stuff like that in there. But essentially, I want a lot of action and escapism. Really, is what I want. And this is what I was thinking of for the Son of Santa, like just a character like something like Cable. I've always been a fan of Cable from the X-Men. Like, so I was, with the bionic arm and stuff like that. Like, it's just I want stuff that's fun to draw. Like, so the book is going to be full of fun to draw stuff. Like, and yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun drawing this guy. Now, I don't know if I'm going to stick with that title, The Son of Santa. The only reason is because apparently Marvel Comics have this character, Nick Norris from Earth 8336, and he's called the Son of Santa. So I may not be able to use that. Like, so for now, it's just a working title of the Son of Santa. I have an idea for the final name, but I'm not going to kind of release it just yet. I want to kind of sit on it for a while. But so over here on the left, I'm going to just turn off. How do I do this? Hang on a second. Let me see. Can I turn myself off? Yeah. There's the site over on the left here. I'm going to populate these scenes here as I make them. So you've got a page for cover and scene one, then some social media links and some back catalog stuff if anybody's interested in that. Like, but this is scene one here. It's basically 5 pages. I've been working on this over the last few months, actually, kind of dipping in and out of it, and it's complete. I guess I think I've leveled up even from my last graphic novel. Like, I'm really, really trying to put in as much, just to get really passionate about this story and try and make it as cool as possible. Try and make it every page as interesting as it can be, and just to grab people's attention. Like, and it is. I am a finisher, people. I've published 3 graphic novels, like, so this will go to print 100% unless I die tragically or something. But it's definitely going to go to print. It's rather a matter of when rather than if. But yeah, so it's a post-apocalyptic tale, and the idea I had was that a kind of new, powerful, technologically advanced cult with an extreme ideology has wiped out most of humanity. Like, it targeted all of the different groups. Like, it wiped out the Christians. The story opens here, and you've got these Muslim warriors, and they're in a Catholic or a Christian church, and they're kind of saying it's like it's a generation of 3 men. Like, and the grandfather is saying these are Christian churches, and they littered the land when I was a boy, and he says, but you would never remember them. Like, and this panel here, actually, can I zoom back a little bit? I think I can zoom back. I wanted to do a cross motif on this. So essentially, they've come across, and it's inside the church. It's just a smashed up statue of Jesus Christ. Like, but I wanted to put the panels in this kind of cross shape, and because, like, I guess I didn't notice in the Quran, Jesus is also. I think Jesus is mentioned more than Muhammad, and I think he's seen as the second last prophet. Muhammad is the last one in their religion. Like, so, just from doing a bit of research, like, they called him. He's telling the younger generation, this is the prophet Isa. The Christians called him Jesus. Like, and so, yeah, I'm trying to build up the world straight out the gate, and then we jump on to the enemy, which you'll see are way more advanced than these Muslim warriors. Like, and he has come to track, or well, I should say, she has come to track them, and this cult is literally super powerful, and it's basically annihilating everybody, wiping everybody out. Like, so, it comes in, and these guys arm up, but because this character has advanced technology, like, kind of like I was thinking of like a flying kind of I guess something like the Hobgoblin or the Green Goblin from Spider-Man, just a kind of vehicle that they can fly around on, and battle commences, and I'm really happy with this page actually. Well, do you know what? I'm in a way I'm happy with a lot of the pages. Like this page, I think his eyes were too big. He kind of looks way too cartoony. But I'm just trying to move forward with the book. You know, just leave whatever things bothered me. Just kind of go ahead full steam. This this page here probably could have done with some backgrounds. It's kind of like they're a little bit in space. I didn't put any backgrounds in though because I felt like there was a lot of panels and a lot of stuff going on. But essentially, this character here comes in. You know, these characters will be named later in the story. I have, you know, their backstory and all that type of stuff planned out. But essentially, this character comes in, takes one of them out with the surf. I call it the surfboard, whatever, you know, the hoverboard, then punches out the other guy, and it's the youngest kid who gets the drop on him. But essentially, he's not too worried. Like the kid shoots, and he says, "How did that have no effect?" And the bad, I guess these are kind of the bad guys, is probably the best way to put them. Like, says the infinity protects me. Like, this is the cult looks up to this thing called the infinity, and essentially knocks out that kid, punches him down, and took them all out. But I wanted to leave it like that because these characters live on. You know, they'll live on further into the story, and there's a reason. There's a reason this character could have killed them quite easily, but chose not to, and you know that'll be brought to life further on in the story. But so yeah, essentially it was just a battle in a church, and you get a sense of the status quo. You know, like the religions are under threat. Maybe I go. The next scene will go a lot more into kind of what has happened on Earth and the effects of it, and this character is going to be in the next scene with another of their, I guess, cult members, disciples, or whatever you want to call it. But that's it, folks. I think I'll leave it at that. Just really excited to start this adventure, this project, and just build my way up to a crowdfunded story eventually that hopefully I can do well out of. Like, you know, I'm putting my heart and soul into this art. I'm trying to do the best I can. Like, when I look at it in reflection, like, a thing I've always struggled with is sometimes I feel it's the trying to get that fine line between too much detail and too little detail. Like I do like the 90s style, the cross hatching, um, but then I also like kind of big, bold, strong shapes, and so I'm trying to kind of marry the two of them together. And I don't really what I figured works best for me as a comic book creator is I don't do any thumbnailing. I just pull out the page and I go, like, you know, like I have a kind of a script written, but I just draw. You know, I can't, like, if I spend too much time designing stuff and thumbnailing stuff, like I just lose interest, and then I can't go on. And I just was reading something recently that it was an interview with Travis Charest, who's one of my favorite artists. Now, I don't really draw anything like him. Like I wouldn't mind drawing like him, but he in an interview he said something similar. Like he said he just goes straight into the big page and starts drawing because it's how he kind of keeps interested in it, and that kind of resonates with me. Like because yeah, I just get fucking bored if I'm doing thumbnails and then I'm blowing them up and light boxing them and all that type of stuff. Like I just kind of want to get into it, like, and treat every page as kind of like a piece of artwork on its own, and try and add something interesting in there if I can. But yeah, anyway, I've waffled on enough. Um, this is for now the Son of Santa, and yeah, if you want to follow along on this adventure, subscribe to the newsletter, and have a good one, folks.